Happy Saturday night. Everybody taking a break from watching the Olympics, maybe. Or college sports. It's big college sports day, too. My team finally got back on track today after dropping 4 in a row, so I was kind of happy about that. All right, guys, before we start opening boxes tonight, we're going to run through a little housekeeping. We do this pretty much every night. So some of you are familiar with it. It'll be new to those of you who are new to my breaks. So first up there, guys, you just see a quick note that serves as a reminder that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So whenever you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. You don't have to wait on me to get caught up with feedback and all that kind of stuff. And of course, always thank you to everybody. I appreciate everybody who bids with me and breaks with me and chats with me and all that kind of stuff. Next up, we're going to take a look at some auctions that are already up and listed on eBay. These are the things that are ending over the course of the next 5 days. So tomorrow you can see we've got all kinds of memorabilia and some one-box breaks. And we've also got some Prism basketball tomorrow night, doing another case of the Blasters. And each one of the boxes has 3 Prism cards, so we're looking for 60 Prisms roughly in the break, as well as 20 that will be either autograph or memorabilia cards. Of course, it's always on average. You know how Panini goes with that. And then on through the week, you'll see that we have a variety of things coming up, both single box and case breaks. Monday night, we're doing a full case of Select Football. Tuesday night, we're doing another full case of Plates and Patches Football. Starting on Wednesday, we're going to start busting into some Contenders Basketball. Be the first time we've had Contenders Basketball since like 2012, I think. They haven't made it in several years. So that's a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. Here's a quick look at what we're working on tonight. So the important things to note here, guys, are the anticipated shipping dates. And for our free shipping break, which tonight there's just the one, it's 2014 Spectra Football. Free shipping stuff goes out once every 5 to 6 days on average. So that will ship approximately Thursday the 22nd. That's always plus or minus a day. So it could go out a day early on Wednesday. It could fall a day later on into Friday. Our paid shipping breaks tonight are 2017 Plates and Patches, our full case of that, and then a full case of Revolution Basketball. There is no mail service on Monday. Somebody had to remind me of that last night. So nothing can ship out Monday because it's a holiday. So look for this to go out Tuesday. Again, that can't really be minus a day because there's no mail service Monday. It could fall to Wednesday. I don't anticipate it will. I think it will go out Tuesday. Finally, if you're in this Spectra break, please take a moment to read what you see there about what happens if your team does not pull a card, what you will get when it is normally sent, etc. You can find all of that same information in the listing description as well. And this brings us up to first break tonight, which is 2014 Spectra Football. It's a one-box break. It's break number 2, so the second time we've been busted into 2014 Spectra. It ended tonight, February 17th, and of course we're live streaming it tonight starting at 10:15. And Bears and Bengals were not sold in this break, so those are designated there as no bids buyback. And yeah, so basically, if anything comes out for one of those two teams, it's going to hang out here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys, well, you saw the shipping schedule. It's probably going to head your way about Thursday. Sometimes it'll go earlier if you have another package coming in the meantime. You know, it'll hitch a ride, but that's if you don't have anything else going, and that would be when it would ship. You notice the focus change there. That was intentional. Not to worry, even though the background goes out of focus, it's going to be all nice and pretty for us to look at our cards. Hi, Nick. I see you there. I know, man. I cannot believe that you didn't have that last night. I was just sure that you were going to have one or both of those. And then after the break, when I printed out the invoices and I was starting to do the sort and I saw that you didn't have either one, I was like, oh, he's going to be so mad. I kind of hoped you hadn't watched it at that point because I thought it'd make you feel bad. So I am sorry about that. That was a drag. But you still had some nice hits throughout the week last week. So you missed a couple, but you still had some nice ones too. And guys, if you're watching this live and you cannot see the chat, which is how I'm talking to Nick right now, I think you have to be logged into YouTube, right? So if you're not logged in, that would probably be why you couldn't see chat. So just log in and you should be good to go. First out, we have Gronk to 75 for the Patriots. Of course, we're looking for a Patriot in here, but we're hoping to find a little Jimmy G action. Kelvin Benjamin for the Panthers. Kelvin is to 149. Next up, Alfred Morris for the Redskins to 49. And boy, what have we got going on back here? This lower left corner is all messed up. And it looks to me, here's what I think this is. I think the paper is literally like folded up on that corner. I think it's there, but has to be brought down. I'm not going to mess with it, but that's, yeah, you see that. A little bit of chipping over there too, but nothing like whatever we've got going on that opposite side. You might be able to fold that back down and make it look a little better. But again, I'm gonna leave that to our Redskins team owner when they receive it. Jimmy Graham to 25 for the Saints. Nice little die cut. Low number. This is going to be another low number. This is Kadeem Carey for the Bears to 25. We have a Cornerstones insert for the Pittsburgh Steelers with Heath Miller, numbered to 10. Miss Heath Miller, man. We need him back, right? Like, I wish he hadn't retired. Then I think we are probably, let me see if I pulled the base off the bottom. No, let's pull that off, and then after that will be all hits. This is actually an insert. It's the Pepsi Rookie of the Week, and this particular one was on a Prism base set. It's Brandon Oliver for the Chargers. Now I believe we should be all hits the rest of the way through. Cody Latimer for the Broncos. Rookie jerseys numbered to 25. Cornerstones for the Falcons, Roddy White. That jersey is numbered to 25. Cornerstones two-color jersey here for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Derek Johnson, and it's numbered to 5. So we just keep getting lower as we go. Maybe we're going to land upon a 1 of 1. That would be nice if we can keep going backwards till we hit that. Aaron Murray, also for the Kansas City Chiefs. That is to 199. And, oh, I see a quad relic coming up. And unless we have, here's the deal, guys. You have to own 51% or more of the card to take it outright. So that means somebody has to own 3 of the 4 teams to take this card outright. If you don't own 3 of the 4, then it's going to end up going to random.org, and that's how we'll determine who owns it. And all this kind of stuff, guys, you can find in the listing description down there in the special circumstances area. So this is Brett Favre, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. It's numbered to 20. It's a beautiful card, and somebody's going to take it home, but I don't know who yet. So we'll set that aside and come back to it. Khalil Mack and Derek Carr. So the Raiders to 199. I wish we could find you a Derek Carr signature. Maybe we will as we go along here. Logan Thomas. That is a nice little on-card signature, numbered to 149 for the Cardinals. Crockett Gilmore. Boy, there's one I haven't heard in a long time. For the Ravens, that is numbered to 49 for Baltimore. And how about another dual card? This is Keith Winning and Garrett Gilbert. So we have Ravens and Rams. This is to 149. And once again, we'll have to check out our spreadsheet. And unless the same person owns both of those teams, that will also end up wandering off into random. And here's a nice little Kelvin Benjamin rookie on-card signature with a jersey swatch as well, numbered to 149 for the Panthers. I keep grabbing my sleeves out of the wrong pile the first time. I gotta stop doing that. All right, so we're going to go to the spreadsheet and look at this. Just so you know how this is handled, guys, I always enter things either top to bottom or left to right. So in this case, it's going to go in with Packers, Dolphins, Broncos, Patriots. And that's if it has to go to random, which probably it will. And then I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It's only the 3rd time that will count and determine where that card goes. So our Green Bay Packers right here, Jeffrey Karma 5. Then our Miami Dolphins are right here with POS 1918. Denver Broncos LSU Golf Redman, which means we can't have anybody that owns 3 or 4, but we'll still look down here at the Patriots, which is Ant's Dad 1212. So we're going to roll on over to random and get this taken care of. And then we'll have to go along and do the same thing for the next card that is a dual team card after we finish this one. All right, so Packers, Dolphins, Broncos, and Patriots. All right, guys, again, the first 2 don't count. So this one ignore, 3rd and final does count. There you'll see 3 times. There's our date and time stamp, and that is going to the Dolphins position. So the Dan Marino position on the card is taking this one home. That's this card right here, just awarded to the Dolphins by way of random. And it's in a sleeve, so I'm not writing on the card. I assume everybody knows that, but you know what? You would be really surprised at what you encounter doing breaks, and yeah, so just easier to show it, and then we all know. This is the Ravens and the Rams. So if we do not have the same team owner here, it will go in Ravens first, Rams second. It will be the same format of 3 times and then determining our winner on the 3rd time. So the Ravens are MJ Vivois 32, something like that. I probably didn't pronounce that right, but you can see who you are. And then our Rams, Larson's Resort. So once again, with 2 different team owners, we're going to wander back over here to random and get this squared away. And come on now. Here we go. First one doesn't count, second doesn't count, 3rd and final awards the card. You'll see there 3 times. There's our date and time stamp. It was awarded to the Ravens. Baltimore Ravens. And guys, if you're into 2014 football, of course, you know we've got some 2014 triple threads coming up here in a couple days. You saw that on the spreadsheet, I imagine. We've also got some more 2014 Topps Supreme. We have more 2014 Spectra that we'll be opening. I just got some more of that listed tonight. And then, what else? We've got, I think I've got some other 2014 also that I just haven't gotten listed. I might even have some 2014 Chrome. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of that on there. So, all right, guys, here is our recap for Spectra. And Shannon, I see your question there. Give me a hot second and I'll check that out for you. I think I only had 1 that didn't sell, but I do have 1 or 2 that weren't paid. So if you hang out, if they're still unpaid at the start of the break, I could probably work something out with you on those. So for the Raiders, we had to 199 Derek Carr and Khalil Mack. For the Kansas City Chiefs, we had Aaron Murray to 199. For the Kansas City Chiefs, we have Derek Johnson to 5. For the Falcons, Roddy White to 25. Cody Latimer for the Broncos to 25. Nice little Kelvin Benjamin rookie with the on-card auto to 149. Crockett Gilmore for the Ravens to 49. Logan Thomas to 149 for the Cardinals. And then let's take a look at our 2 cards that were awarded by way of random. This very nice quad relic here, which is Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, and Dan Marino, and it was awarded to the Dolphins by way of random. And then we had this Ravens and Rams card, which was awarded to the Ravens by way of random. So that is 2014 Spectra completed and in the books for this break, which is going to roll us right into some 2017 plates and patches. It's a full case, but it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time. So if you're here for Revolution basketball, don't wander off too terribly far because it won't take too awfully long. I'm just trying to get our spreadsheet back up. I kind of had myself on the wrong page there. Once again, guys, this is your anticipated shipping date. So for plates and patches, as well as Revolution Chinese New Year, both of those I'm expecting to go out Tuesday. Please remember there is no mail service on Monday. I had forgotten that, but somebody reminded me last night in chat. Thank goodness they did. So this is 12 boxes, full case, 2017 Panini Plates and Patches football. This is break number 4. So it's the 4th case we've busted into. Like our other items, it ended tonight, the 17th of February. And once again, you will see team names on the left and your name in lights across from it as the winning bidder on the right-hand side. And if you have not yet done a break of 2017 plates and patches, it is a little reconfigured from what it was last year. And personally, I like it better. I think the new configuration is quite nice. We find 2 numbered cards per box. It's usually an insert in a base card or something like that. We'll also find a 1-of-1 printing plate in every box, an autograph, and a memorabilia card. So we're going to find 5 cards per box. One of these boxes will have an extra little bonus in it, and that is an autographed printing plate. Those fall 1 per case. Our other printing plates won't be autographed, but we'll find one that is. And of course, like everything with Panini, they always say on average, which means they can hose us if they want to and throw in a Panini rewards point in place of a hit, but fortunately that doesn't really seem to be happening too much with plates and patches anyway, so that's the good news. And of course we are 1 pack per box with each one of these. And we've pulled some really nice stuff out of here in our first 4 breaks. I mean, it's the thing I like a lot about plates and patches is the fact that it's a nice mix of current players that are veterans, current rookies, and then some of our Hall of Famers and stuff. I mean, it's a really nice checklist for plates and patches. So I'm always excited to open it. You guys know it's a series I like. I mean, we open 2010 plates and patches pretty often. I recently came across some more 2011 plates and patches, so we're back to doing some 1-box breaks with it as well. And not a lot of this left. I mean, I had 6 cases of this, and I tried to get some more, like right away. It came out on Friday, and I got a good look at the product, and I started trying on Saturday to round up some more, and man, it just dried up and was sold out and gone. Other than, I guess, like some online places that have the price, you know, marked way up. But outside of those places, everywhere else, like the day after it released practically, it was just, whoops, it's gone. Hi, Dane. You probably missed the spreadsheet that went up earlier that had our break order in it, but it is right after we finish plates and patches. We'll be doing the Revolution basketball. As you can see, each of these boxes only has 1 pack in it, so this is not a break that takes an incredible amount of time. I would say by the time we do it and recap it, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, something like that. And then E-Fly ND, which I'm going to say just means North Dakota. I'm going to say it's E-Fly North Dakota, is looking for some Packer hits. And you're coming up empty with 2017 plates and patches. What? No, man, we've had a lot of good Packers stuff come out for 17 plates and patches. In fact, yeah, I know we have. I know we've had good Packers stuff coming out for 17 plates and patches. You must not have been in the breaks that we had them, but we've definitely had some. We'll hopefully find you some good tonight. This is Dan Hampton to 50 for the Chicago Bears. You hear my little kitten downstairs collapsing something. I don't know what that was, but that'll be fun, I'm sure, to clean up later. This is to 99, Aaron Rodgers for the Green Bay Packers. Printing plate in this box is Joey Bosa out of Certified Football. Of course, all of our printing plates are 1 of 1, and if you guys aren't familiar with them, I'd say many of you are, but if someone isn't, those are always going to have scratches and marks and stuff like that on them, and that's because they really are used in the printing process, right? So, I mean, they don't ever come out pristine and perfect on a printing plate. That is a really nice full coverage patch there for Ryan Sweetser. 2 colors, but it's a good looking swatch with a nice I don't know, part of something, letter or number, edging maybe, I don't know, but it's a good looking card. And then we have an upper echelon signature for the Bengals with John Ross III, and that is numbered to 10. So nice low number on the John Ross III on card auto for the Bengals. And the Bengals and plates and patches, one thing I have noticed, they seem to be almost feast or famine. Like, the Bengals either get really nice hits like that and get, you know, a few, or it seems like they get none. They get skunked. They don't seem to have much of a middle ground for the Bengals in this series for some reason. This is to 50, Mark Gastineau for the Jets. Then we have numbered to 99, Rashad Matthews for the Titans. Our printing plate is Tom Brady, and that is out of Donruss Football. We found a Tom Brady printing plate in the last case I did too, so, and he doesn't have a lot. I think maybe like 12 total printing plates that are Tom Brady, so we've seen 2 of them recently. For the Browns, very nice looking patch, Corey Coleman to 25. And that definitely has a little nice little edge of a seam there off of something, anyway. And a redemption, we're going to leave it upside down and leave you in suspense. Yeah, I know, that's evil. That's what I'm going to do. See if we find any more as we go through the break, and then we'll flip them all over at once. Worst case scenario, it gives you hope right up until the end, right? Until we flip it over. That is numbered to 50, Terrell Pryor for the Redskins. E-Fly says, oh, you've been outbid on my full case breaks for these. Well, I tell you what, man, use Auction Sniper. If you've never used it, it's great service. This is Jeremy Maclin for the Ravens to 99. Yeah, it's just auctionsniper.com. It's very, if you don't win your bid, they don't charge you anything. And if you do win your bid, it's usually only like, you know, quarter or something. It's a great service. Mark Gastineau for the New York Jets Classics football printing plate, 1 of 1. A little Patrick Mahomes with rookie quad materials for the Kansas City Chiefs. And those are all tags. Nice. Nice. Oh, that is sweet. That is numbered to 5. Yeah. And all those are tags. So as far as rookie quad materials go, that is really awesome. I'll see, we did find another redemption. I told you we would. So we got 2 now. Yeah, E-Fly, it's really cool. Auction Sniper, they place your bids for you. You can tell them when. I mean, commonly it's about 5 seconds before the auction ends, but you can say all the way down to 1 or 2 seconds, but that doesn't leave any room for error. And up until about probably 60 seconds before the auction ends, you can still go in and adjust it. You can cancel it. You can change your amount. You know, it gives you alerts if you get outbid. It's really very handy. This is Jordy Nelson to 10 for the Green Bay Packers. And it helps you keep track of stuff, or it does me anyway. I just put it in when I see something I'm interested in, then I don't have to worry about trying to remember to go back and find it 4 or 5 days later. So personally, I love Auction Sniper. This is for the Buccaneers to 75, Derek Brooks. Our printing plate is Russell Wilson out of Classics Football. The Colts with a little Al Gore, or I'm sorry, why did I say Al Gore? Oh my God. Yeah, okay. Have I been reading anything in the news today? I don't know. Let's try this again. How about not a politician, but a football player, Frank Gore, 2-5. And that is a very nice Team Supreme relic there. Once again, an awesome looking patch. That definitely looks like, well, I guess that could that be? Nah, they wouldn't put in part of the horseshoe upside down, so I'm going to say that's probably part of a number. I know, Shannon, I can't believe I said Al Gore. Oh, man. I realized it right as soon as I said it, but it was already out of my mouth by then, so it's too late. Some days. Rich Gannon for the Kansas City Chiefs. You do have at least a second color in the patch up there. That is a sticker auto. I was talking to one of my friends earlier today, and we were talking politics and various current event type things, and I don't know, I guess that's why I have Al Gore stuck in my head, but that was just like, oh, 1 of 1. Boom. I mean, like, yeah, we get 1 of 1s all the time, okay, with the printing plate, but this is a 1 of 1 that's not a printing plate. And it is for the Dallas Cowboys with Taco Charlton. And that is pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And guys, if you want this card or any other card that we hit tonight in a magnetic one-touch case, I'm always happy to do that for you. It is my cost, at my cost for the case and the PayPal fees. This is Duke Johnson to 50 for the Browns. Typically is about $3 a case. If you want one for something, jump into chat and let me know. Send me a message on eBay and let me know. We'll work it out. That's to 99 for the bills. And I PayPal invoice those directly. So if you ever do want one, I look up what email address you have on file with eBay, and then I send you a PayPal money request for the $3 to that email. That's how it works. T.Y. Hilton is our printing plate. Donruss Football, Indianapolis Colts. Rookie Quad Materials Darbaugh for the Seahawks. That is a nice looking card too. It is to 75. You got a couple of 2-color patches and a couple of pieces of leather from the football. Very nice for the Seahawks. And we're about to make somebody really happy, because this is going to be an on-card autograph from Alvin Kamara, upper echelon. And it is numbered to 99, and it is a sweet, sweet little hit for Alvin Kamara, who truthfully hasn't been coming out of plates and patches at a tremendously high rate. So I think that's a solid hit for someone there, whoever has the Saints tonight. This is to 50, Elvis Dumerville for the 49ers. For the Broncos to 75, a little Champ Bailey. Nice printing plate for Matt Ryan of the Falcons out of Donruss Football. Tell you what, we have been on a Matt Ryan roll lately. We've pulled 2 Matt Ryans to signatures to 15 out of plates and patches. We pulled a Matt Ryan autograph full-size helmet last night. There's a Matt Ryan printing plate. I mean, it's like Matt Ryan's kind of like following me around right now. Josh Dobbs for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is $250. Nice big full coverage patch. And the Panthers with a hit to 25 with Luke Kuechly. I never say his name right. Marquis Marks. Maybe a little bit of chipping down here in lower right. Nothing too tremendous, but truthfully, guys, most of these cards have minor edge and corner issues. And I mean, that's pretty true of almost anything we open. But certainly they are all in better shape than some of the plates and patches cards that we pulled out of last year. That is to 50 Zach Ertz for the Eagles. Dan Fouts to 75 for the Chargers. I just put that in the wrong sleeve, but I'll fix it later. Barry Sanders for the Lions out of Classics Football. How about a second Alvin Kamara hit with some rookie quad materials for the Saints? This one is to 75. You've got a couple of patches and a couple of pieces of leather. All the way around, Saints are holding their own. Our autographed printing plate looks like it's going to be John Ross for the Bengals. That is an on, I should say on card, is an on plate. It is a hard signed signature. There is no sticker. That's what I'm trying to get to here on our nice little printing plate for the Bengals out of Absolute Football. It just goes back to my point, right? Like Bengals are feast or famine in here. They either hit awesome stuff or they hit like nothing. I don't know why there's no middle ground. For the Broncos, Carlos Henderson to 99. Another nice looking patch, and that is a sticker on that signature. Remember, we do still have 2 redemptions that we'll be flipping over, so if we haven't seen who you want to see yet, they may still yet be waiting for you there in one of those redemptions. This is Doug Williams to 50 for the Buccaneers. Followed by Eddie Vanderdoes. Is that right? Vanderdoes? I don't know. One of the two. Something similar to that. It's numbered to 75. Oh, Tyler, you have the Bengals tonight. Yeah, man, you're doing all right with the Bengals tonight for sure. Howie Long is our printing plate for the Raiders out of Certified Football. Evan Ingram, full coverage patch for the Giants. Oh, except, hello, it's a tag. We've had good luck with the tags tonight. This is, why is that? There we go. This is numbered to 5 on our little laundry tag hit here for the Giants with Evan Ingram. Jameis Winston coming out for the Bucks. There we go. This is numbered to 10. Both really nice looking patches, and then of course sticker auto on that, but numbered to 10 is an excellent hit for Winston there. All in all, I would say we're rolling along pretty good with this case. I'm happy with what we found so far. Hopefully you are as well. Mark Ingram to 50 for the Saints. Taco Charlton to 75. Of course, Cowboys have already got that Taco Charlton 1 of 1, so they're just kind of like, yeah, we've already got the 1 of 1. We don't care about the one that's numbered to 75. Davis Webb for the Giants, printing plate 1 of 1 out of Panini Football. Here comes Kareem Hunt making an appearance for the Kansas City Chiefs. Nice full coverage patch to 25. Tricolor, and once again, very nice swatch. Marlon Mack for the Indianapolis Colts to 99. That is a, sticker auto and patch. So we have 3 packs left, which is representative of 3 boxes left. Steve Young to 50 for the Buccaneers. Looks like we've got a Falcon coming up behind him. That is numbered to 99, and that is not a Falcon. I looked at it wrong. It's a Texan. Jadeveon Clowney. Definitely a little kind of something going on down there in that lower right corner. Little imperfection there for sure. Nothing super outrageous, but it's there. I always try to point them out when I see them, although sometimes I don't catch them when we're in the live stream. Herman Edwards for the Eagles out of Certified Cuts. Mac Hollins for the Eagles in the rookie quad materials. That's to 75. A couple of nice two-color patches and a couple of pieces of the football. Another redemption, so we have 3 now. See, I kind of know like how this plates and patches seems to roll. If we pull 1 redemption early on, it seems like we get a bunch of redemptions. If we don't pull 1 redemption like fairly early in the case, then we sail all the way through with none. This is to 25 Marcus Allen for the Chiefs. At least that's how it seems to me, anyway, that it's been going. This is Champ Bailey to 75 for the Broncos. Printing plate here is Larry Fitzgerald, 1 of 1 for the Cardinals from Donruss Football. Blake Bortles, that is numbered to 50 for the Jags. I like that part of the patch. That one's kind of, you know, just all white is a little bit on the boring side, but sometimes that's what they give us. Cooper Kupp for the Rams to 99. Sticker auto 2-color patch. But you know what we haven't seen in here? I haven't seen the Canton calligraphy. So maybe one of our redemptions is going to be for Canton calligraphy. This is to 50, Kevin Green for the 49ers. Normally, you know, we find 1 or 2 Canton calligraphies in here. This is to 99, Alex Smith. I mean, I don't know that they necessarily guarantee it, but just typically we would find a couple. Julio Jones for the Falcons out of Prestige Football, 1 of 1 printing plate. Deshaun Kaiser, rookie quad materials for the Browns. That is 250. Also a nice looking set of patches there. And then we're going to have Davis Webb as our last live card. And then we've got our 3 redemptions to look up. Davis Webb is 250. Sticker and dual colored patch there. So let me set our stuff up here that we're going to be recapping in a moment. Get all of that ready to go. And then we're going to flip over our redemptions. I will go to the checklist on all these redemptions. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm going to go to the checklist and check it out because that's just how I do it. I think that's the right way to do it, and that takes any possibility for mistakes out of it. So even when we know who it is, I'm still going to do that. So just be aware of that. So rookie patch autograph RPA David Njoku. That is going to be the Browns. We will verify it. Then we have Zay Jones, upper echelon. That is going to be the Bills, but we will verify it. And then we have Dede Westbrook, upper echelon, which will be the Jags. And again, we will verify all of those. So let's see. Do I have the... I think I have it up. Let's just get... Yeah, so all we have to do is get a little farther down into the checklist, except why didn't it load? It's just loading very slowly. And this just takes a hot second, but again, like I said, this is, I think, the right way to do it. So we're going to go to upper echelon first because we have 2 of those, and it should also tell us what they're going to be numbered to as well. All right, so the first one is Zay Jones, who is indeed a Buffalo Bill. It's going to be to 99. I'm going to go ahead and write this on here. This is it. You know, you saw me put them in sleeves, so I'm writing on the sleeve. But regardless, I'm going to make a note of it. There's Dede Westbrook for the Jags. That is also numbered 299. And then we need to go look up our RPA for David Njoku. So let me change our card set up here. Go back to that. And what card number was he? 236. Good gracious. Is that right? I guess it is. There's a lot of them. I didn't even know there were this many. And, well, it can't be 236 because that says Kirk Cousins, so I've done something wrong. What did I do? Didn't this say rookie patch autographs? Oh, no. Printing plate autographs. Daggone it. I went up to the wrong spot. I went to the spot above it by accident. Okay, this is more like it. All right, there is David Njoku for the Browns to 99. You get that written up. Get that written on here, and then we are going to be ready to recap. Well, I just messed up and wrote the wrong number on there. Can you imagine? Like, I make a typo while writing. Who does that? I guess the same person that accidentally says Al Gore instead of Frank Gore. Yeah, I guess that'd be me. That would just be me tonight, the way my night is going. All right, so let's recap this, guys, and then we will be going into Chinese New Year Revolution basketball. So David Njoku, RPA for the Browns to 99, redemption. Upper echelon to 99 for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook, redemption. Upper echelon to 99 for the Bills with the Zay Jones, redemption. Let's got all of those out of our way. Then we have our beautiful little one of one here, Taco Charlton for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll roll through our printing plates. Of course, these are all one of one. And once again, if you did not hear me say it earlier, all of these are going to have scratches and marks and various things on them. Some of them have stains and whatnot. But that is how they're supposed to be, because they really were used to manufacture the cards. So none of those are going to come out all minty and pretty. They're all going to show some love and wear, and that's okay. That's what makes them special. Now we will do a quick run through of our relics. I'm not going to read off all the numbers and things again, guys, because we did that going through the first time, but of course you're going to get another look at it. It's just a nice Pat Mahomes card with all four of those as tags. That was pretty sweet. I like that a lot. So 2 more cases of plates and patches is all I've got left. One of them is already listed for Tuesday night. The other one I don't have listed yet. At least I think it's Tuesday night. Well, I'll put that spreadsheet back up there again in a minute, but I want to say maybe it is, because we've got another couple more cases of select football to break as well. So I've been kind of mixing and matching between select and plates and patches, kind of alternating the breaks a little bit. Of course, select just came out last night. We did bust into a case of it last night. Crazy about Bill's Middaw. We did indeed break 2014 Spectra. That was first up tonight. And this is, we're recapping right now the 2017 full case of plates and patches. And we'll be moving next into the full case of 2017 Panini Revolution Chinese New Year edition basketball. So yeah, we typically, break in the same order that things end on eBay. So if you ever have a question about that, there's a couple of ways to do it. One is, of course, look at the other items that I have, but you'd have to kind of do that at the first of the night to get a good idea, I guess. The other thing is, when I put the spreadsheet up that shows the stuff listed for the next 5 days, it's always listed in the order that it ends on eBay. So it'll pretty much always break in that same order that you see. So that, might help you sometimes. I guess it didn't really help you for tonight, but it might help you somewhere along the way anyway. So guys, let's take a look here. Speaking of the spreadsheet, let me get a couple of things up and running here, because we're getting ready to go into basketball. So I am going to put this up. Many of you who have done breaks with me, you know what the situation is with this, that we've been breaking some packs of Prism White Sparkle Basketball. And it's just a 1-pack break, okay? So it's not a box, it's not a case. If you are not familiar with Prism White Sparkle Basketball, do a quick search on eBay. You'll see some of the selling prices for these things. It's a super limited print run. Each card is 20 or less. As far as the number of them printed, if we get lucky enough to pull an autograph, every autograph in there is a 1 of 1. And these are super scarce, and that cost, like the packs alone selling for a couple $100. and some of the cards in them selling for 4 digits and plus. So this is a break we're just opening up tonight. We've already broken the other 2 packs, so we're opening up break number 3 tonight. We will break it when it fills. So if you're interested in buying a spot in here, one of these teams, it's a random team break. So that's the way, after it fills, we would come and do the break, of course, usually at the top of another break or at the end of another break. And basically everybody would have their bidder ID over here, and then we would take the teams and randomize them and paste them over here, and that's how they get matched up. So that's how that works. All right, so Nick, you want 5 spots, and Toby, you want 2. And I think I know, I don't know them offhand, but I do know your, I will find your user ID, so that's no problem. It's probably easier for me just to type them in like this for right now because I know both of you. And guys, what I will do is take your email address that's on file with eBay, unless you tell me I need to use a different one. I will use your email address that is on file there, and I'll send you a PayPal money request for this break, and I'll do it probably later tonight, if not later tonight, by in the morning. So just, oh, and I know somebody else who told me he automatically wanted 2 spots, and I just needed to bill him every time I did one, so let me get that written in there as well. And that will remind me to take care of that at the same time. All right, guys. So then if somebody wants, a spot and you're watching this later, you're not watching it live, just shoot me a message over on eBay. Oh, Toby, you want 2 more? Okay. Let me type you in for that real quick then. And all right. So that's where we are with that right now. Of course, there's 30 spots, and right now there are 11 of them full. The others we still have to move through. If we get them all sold and paid and everything, we'll break it tomorrow night before or after the Prism Blasters. So it just depends on whether or not we get all the spots sold. But if we do, that'll be the plan. Then, guys, let's take a look at, because sometimes people jump in and out. If you missed it earlier, all my feedback is automated on eBay. So, yeah, it will automatically post when you post some for me. And what else? These are our upcoming breaks. This is what I wanted to look up. We were talking about, okay, so it is Select on Monday night, and our other Case of Plates and Patches is Tuesday night. So these are, again, just a quick look at the things that are already up and running on eBay for the next 5 days. New stuff gets added pretty much every night. So, Thomas, you're back from your cruise. Hey, how are you, man? Let me get back over here to this spreadsheet and get this typed in. How was your cruise? Where did you go? Did you go somewhere? I'm sure you went somewhere warm. They don't cruise to cold places, but were you in the Caribbean or did you go somewhere else? All right, there are your, let me make sure I counted 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You are all in. And then, Michael, you want 1. Evan, I am getting ready to do Revolution. We have not done it yet. I'm taking a slight little detour here before we start it because I am plugging in stuff for this break that we're selling in chat for this White Sparkle Prism. So we are getting ready to roll into Revolution. And actually, guys, give me 1 second. I had one of the main teams that was unpaid when I started breaking a while ago. I'm going to walk into the office and see if that has been paid. If it hasn't, that may be available for sale. So hang tight about 60 seconds. Okay, so it looks like our Jazz team owner has not, in fact, paid for their spot in this break. So if someone is interested in, uh, actually, I guess, let me change our view back so I can change up this without exposing that person's user ID. But I'm going to go ahead and take that out of there. So the bid amount on the Jazz, the last bid amount was $61. So with, shipping, that makes it what? 65 basically. So if someone wants the Jazz, jump in here and let me know. And if you don't, then I guess we'll let it ride and hope that person ends up paying me. But Toby, you are talking about the the white sparkle break, right? Yeah, I can put that back up for you. Hang on a second. Yeah, it is. It's going to be random teams. So basically, there's 30 spots and it's $6 per spot. And then you'll know your team when we do the actual break. We'll put all the teams into random.org. And then after we hit random, I'll basically cut and paste the list of teams right here, next to all of these names. And then that's how you'll know which team you have. That makes sense? Bobby's World, the Jazz would be $65. That covers the bid and the shipping on it, because this other person has not paid it. It's not somebody that I'm really familiar with. I sent them a message before the break reminding them that it needed to be taken care of, and they didn't. So that's kind of where we are with it. I don't want to leave it just riding. So, Nick, you're funny. Well, I'm sorry that it didn't go well, man. I am that's a drag, There's lots of good breakers out there, and there are some bad ones. I'm sorry you encountered one that wasn't a good experience, but don't let that turn you off on everybody else. There's still some good ones out there. So this brings us to 8 boxes of 2017-18 Panini Revolution Basketball. This is the Chinese New Year edition. This is full case break. It's break number 3, so third time we've done a full case. Of course, it ended tonight on eBay, and we're live streaming it tonight. And Bobby's World says that he will take the Jazz. Bobby's World, what is your what's your email address? If you can type that in there, what I will do is send you over a PayPal money request for that team. And at the same time, I'm going to go in and cancel the other person's bid on eBay since they haven't paid for it, because I don't want to have any overlap or anything. So give me 1 second here, guys. I am sorry to take the time to do this, but on bigger teams like that, I'm just, I've been burned so many times, and I lost so much money last year of stuff like that just never gets paid, that I kind of resolved this year to do a better job. And if people haven't communicated with me and I don't know them and they haven't paid and the teams are kind of on the, high dollar side, I just don't let them ride anymore, because it's costing me too much money, quite frankly. All right, Bobby's World, I see your email in there. Give me a second here to get into PayPal. I will send you that invoice. Thank you, everybody else, for being patient. I know this is taking a couple of minutes. I do appreciate your patience. And why is it not going to want to let me log in here? What is going on with my... Oh, did I forget my stupid password? Oh, man. All right, so I may have to walk into the other room to do this, because apparently I've typed in my password incorrectly, and so now it's not going to let me log in. Bobby's World, I just sent you that money request, and I believe right at the exact second that I hit send, this guy decided to pay for the break. So I guess I'm going to have to ask you to please ignore that, and I am sorry. I don't know what else to tell you on that. I checked it before I typed in your email address into PayPal. It wasn't paid. By the time I typed your email address in and hit send on the invoice, all of a sudden it was paid. So there you go. So we did all that for nothing, but thank you everybody for being patient and allowing me to work through that. And Bobby's World, thank you for offering to step in there and fill that gap. I appreciate it. I just, that's kind of my New Year's resolution, revolution, right? Because that's what we're getting ready to open. That's my New Year's resolution was to try not to lose so much money to unpaid bids. I mean, you're going to lose a certain amount every month anyway. You know, you can just count on $200 or $300 a month being out the door. And you can usually count on another $200 or $300 a month from people who don't get hits and then file cases because they didn't get hits and all that. So some of them you can't control, but I try to control the ones that I can. So anyway. Sting Lover says it's magic. I tell you what, it was kind of like magic, right? Because, I mean, literally, I looked at it right before I typed it into PayPal and then typed it in, hit send, switched back over into eBay to hit the cancel order, and then all of a sudden it was paid, like in that 45 seconds or something, or minute maybe, but I don't know, it was crazy. All right, guys, Chinese New Year version of Revolution. It is the international version. I think most of you many of you have done this break with me before in the other two cases, so you kind of know what we're looking for. But this was originally sold only to international distributors. Somewhere along the way, Panini decided that some people over here could have it, I guess, because somebody called me and asked me if I wanted it, and I did, and I bought it, and here we go. So what we look for in here is each pack has a Chinese New Year parallel. And more or less, it's a cracked ice parallel. I mean, that's obviously not what they're calling it. They're calling it the Chinese New Year parallel. But it's pretty much cracked ice. And some of them... Whoa, what is happening right there? Something just popped up on my screen. I don't know. Sorry. There's all kinds of strangeness happening over there tonight. I don't know. It's like, whew. I don't know what happened. Some weird message just popped up on my screen. I don't know what that was. I just minimized it and we'll just go on. Anyway, what I was saying about this is some of these actually bring some pretty good money. And there's going to be a bunch because there is one per pack. So there's lots and lots of them. We just have to hope we find them with the right players. That's the key to the whole thing, which is always the key to the whole thing, I guess. That's Otto Porter for the Wizards. Oh, and I want to go back up here because you said, Thomas, you said where you went on your cruise. Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel. Oh, that's nice. That is, you know, I love Cayman Islands. Love, love, love the Cayman Islands. Gordon Hayward for the Celtics. If you ever get a chance to go there and spend very much time, it is, it's one of my, that and probably, I like St. Kitts really well too, but those are a couple of my favorite Caribbean places, are the Caymans and St. Kitts. Sterling Brown for the Bucks. And of course, anytime you get out of, well, you're in Texas, right? So your weather's not probably like ours, but for me, anytime I can get out of the cold weather, I'm happy. Steven Adams for the Thunder. Don't sleep on your nuggets. All right, I'll try to find you some nuggets in here. Don't you worry. I'm going to try to find you some. That is Bradley Beal for the Wizards. Oh, and I meant to ask you, Nick, you said your other break didn't go well. What happened? Did you just like not pull any cards, or did something unexpected happen that was unhappy? It's Dwight Howard for the Hornets. Stang Lover, what cruise ship had a brawl? I don't know about this. That must be a news report that I missed. This is Sindarius Thornwell for the Clippers. Chris Middleton for the Bucks. Was it like a whole ship-wide kind of brawl or what? I can't even imagine. Like, who gets into a big giant fight on a cruise ship? It's such a happy, relaxed place, right? I mean, oh, a carnival cruise near Australia. So what happened? You got to give us the details now. Frank Nitkalina for the Knicks. There's a De'Aaron Fox base rookie that went by. Nice little Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. Wayne Selden base rookie. Gary Harris, Denver Nuggets. See, there you go. You said not sleep on your Nuggets, and we found you one. All you got to do is ask, right? If it were always that easy, we would all have, we'd all have one of ones of our favorite players. If it were always that easy. People were beating each other, and then the crew started beating the people and threw several of them off of the cruise ship. Oh, that is priceless. I don't know how I missed seeing that. Oh boy, is there video of it? I might have to go look that up. That's awful. I shouldn't even want to go look at that, but yet something about that just sounds like it would be entertaining to watch. It really shouldn't be. It should not be entertaining to watch anybody hit anybody else, but yeah, but we do watch boxing, so okay. I might have to look it up. Oh, so the break you did, the breaker would go off for like 15 minutes at a time. Well, that is an excessively long time, but then again, I did just go off for like 3 or 4 minutes, so I can't throw too many stones there. But oh, well, that is kind of weird, though. I don't know why. What would you be doing multiple times? Walking off. I mean, maybe he was checking for payments and stuff, too, and just wasn't sharing that information. Although, why would it take you 15 minutes? Maybe he had to go, like, down to the corner store and use their internet. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. D'Angelo Russell for the Nets. And, oh, Gershon Yabusele. Or maybe just Gershon, because I'm sure the last name is nothing remotely like what I said. Oh, and Stang Lover says the cruise ship brawl is available and to Google it. So for anybody else who might want to see a bunch of people on a cruise ship beating each other up, because it sounds oddly fascinating, apparently we can find it on Google. That was Paul Millsap on that last parallel. And this one is Elfrid Payton for the Magic. Orlando Magic. Toby, are there any autographs in this? No, not that I'm aware of anyway. This is, again, the international version. So the chase in here are these little bad boys right here. This is for the Clippers, because these are found only in this international Chinese New Year edition. So, you know, some of the, like the Jason Tatums and things like that, the last time I looked, some of those were 100 plus per card. And even some of the, what I'd call more second-tier rookies were bringing decent prices. I didn't really check any of the active players or the veterans, so I don't know what kind of prices they're fetching, but I haven't looked at it in probably, I don't know, a couple weeks, but I looked at them around the time that we were breaking into the first case, and they were pretty strong at that point. That last was Tyler Dorsey for the Hawks, if I didn't say that. Kyle Lowry for the Raptors. But the other thing that's nice about this one is there's one of those in every single pack. So basically you're getting a hit per pack, which is, you know, the nice part of it. For the value, the price you pay to get into it versus the number of hits and the potential value to come out of it, it's a good ratio. That was Andrew Wiggins for the T-Wolves. Stang Lover says some folks were bad mouthing Al Gore. Oh man, that's a nice callback to my thing earlier. This is Carmelo Anthony for the Thunder. So yeah, guys, if you weren't on here earlier when I was doing football, there was a Frank Gore card for the 49ers, and inexplicably I said Al Gore. I have no idea why. I mean, I did catch it. In my defense, I caught it immediately. I knew I had done it. So it wasn't one of those where I said something stupid and didn't realize it. This is Ivan Rabb for the Grizzlies. But yet, yeah, it was pretty, I don't even know where it came from. The only thing I can think of is because I was talking to one of my friends earlier today and we were kind of generally discussing politics. That's the only thing I can think of where that even came from. Klay Thompson for the Warriors. It's not like I sit around and think about Al Gore maybe once a year. but there it came tonight. Can you get a fourth nugget? Well, probably. You seem like you're on a pretty good little roll with the Denver Nuggets tonight, so I'm going to say we'll probably find you another one. That'd be I think we're doing all right for you, so hopefully. Oh, Dwayne, Dane, rather. I did not mean to overlook your comment up there. I am sorry. I didn't see that come in. I got distracted by Stang Lover heckling me about my Al Gore comment. Yes, you are correct. No autos that I'm aware of. There are definitely no jersey cards. And as far as I know, guys, the only chase in here is the parallel, is literally that Chinese New Year parallel that falls the one per pack. But you know, hey, we've got 12 packs a box, and then we've got 8 boxes, so I'm terrible with math in my head, but that's a lot. So yeah, we'll be pulling out a lot of hits anyway. Steven Adams again for the Thunder. And then, of course, you're also going to get quite a few just base rookies for whatever purposes. You know, sometimes you want those to trade, and some of them sell okay too. So, Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. I know, I still can't believe you didn't have that last night either, Nick. I mean, when I saw that it was a Falcon, and then I saw it was Matt Ryan on top of that, I just knew you were going to have it. I just knew you were. There's a nice little De'Aaron Fox. There's some money for the Sacramento Kings. Or De'Aaron Fox in the Chinese New Year parallel. Malcolm Brogdon for the Bucks. But truly, we've had some really good stuff come out of those full-size helmets all month, really. I mean, we had the Jerry Rice, we had the Matt Ryan, we've had several really nice ones come out in a row for the full-size helmets. So I think we've got one more for the series that was in. It says Dwight Howard for the Hornets. And then we switch into a new series. So We'll switch into the 2018 series after we break the last one out of, I think it's Series 36 from 2017. Another Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls. And Gary Harris for the Nuggets. So this week, guys, we have coming out on Wednesday, and we're going to start breaking it on Wednesday, Contenders Basketball. Be the first time we have had Contenders Basketball since 2012. So I'm looking forward to that. Chris Middleton for the Bucks. I am going to break it in half case breaks, though, and that is really just has to do with the sheer volume of cards that are in it. So that's kind of why it's being done in half cases. Sterling Brown for the Bucks. You know, my preference is really to break full cases, but sometimes there's just so many cards that I cut them in half. Otto Porter Jr. for the Wizards. Gordon Hayward, Celtics. But so we'll get into some of that on Wednesday night and Thursday night. And here's something I didn't know until this week. Jonathan Isaac for the Magic. In fact, I didn't find this out until Friday. Prestige Basketball, which you know has been around for years and years, is not, it's being sold in a weird way this year. You can only get it through hobby stores. I mean, like, right, we normally get stuff like that through hobby stores. So I know that probably doesn't sound like an unusual thing when I say it. So let me back up. A lot of stuff I get from distributors, and that's how normally Panini and Topps sell their stuff. Unless you own a hobby store, in which case you could buy direct from Panini or from Topps. Typically, somebody like me, or probably most people, even a lot of people that own hobby stores, buy from wholesale distributors instead. And those are the guys who buy directly from Topps and Panini and, you know, gigantic quantities and whatever. So I didn't realize that no distributors were going to have Prestige this year, but they're not. Panini only made it available to brick and mortars. And on top of that, only round table brick and mortars, which means they had to have spent a certain amount of money on Panini products, and they had to have carried a certain percentage of Panini products, blah, 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 to qualify to buy it. So it comes out on Wednesday, but I didn't find that out till Friday. So I called my guy, my hobby store guy, and he called or texted or wrote or whatever he did. He got in touch with people at Panini who told him that he could still order it. So, like extra, because obviously, you know, he wasn't going to give me what he had gotten for himself. So he ordered another case of it for me, but I don't think it's going to be here on Wednesday. But he couldn't tell me for sure if it was. Chris Middleton for the Bucks. So, I don't know. Rather than risk it, I'm not going to list it until Friday night. And I think surely, to goodness, by Friday night, it will be here. So we will be breaking some Prestige, but it's not going to be on release day because I just am not feeling comfortable that it'll definitely be here on that day. Jordan Bell for the Golden State Warriors. Nice one. And that is another one, of course, that has just an otherworldly amount of cards in it. So we'll probably break that up into a third of a case, because 4 boxes of that probably have the same amount of cards as 6 boxes of Contenders. Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. Steven Adams for the Thunder. That's like the third Steven Adams, isn't it? Seems like a lot. Yeah, Stang Lover, that is basically what I was told, because I called everybody that I work with and said, hey, what is going on? Because I see Prestige is all of a sudden coming out, but I never saw an opportunity to buy it. Markelle Fultz for the 76ers. Nice hit. And yeah, so that's what they told me, that it is only direct, and it was only direct to certain stores, round table stores, that you have to have all these qualifying things to be one of them. Gordon Hayward for the Celtics. Now, I don't know if down the road they will open that up to other people as well, or if it will eventually end up going through distributors or something. You know, that's hard to predict. But at least right now for release, no. It's not available. There's Lonzo, Lakers. Howdy. There's your nice little Lonzo Ball parallel. And I tried to see if I saw any of the, that probably wasn't very good English. This is Otto Porter for the Wizards. I tried to look and see if I could find anyone online selling it, you know, any of the online major retailers or anything. I didn't see anything listed for them as of Friday. Now, whether or not that'll change next week, I don't know. Malcolm Brogdon for the Bucks. But I couldn't find any other way to order it other than, you know, as I said, I called the owner of my hobby shop, and I do buy other stuff from him, so he helps me out sometimes with stuff, and he said, yeah, that's no problem. LaMarcus Aldridge for the Spurs. And so they did tell him for sure he could still order it, and I'm assuming the order got in on Friday, but they didn't tell him when they were going to ship it. Damian Dotson for the Knicks. And then, of course, Panini's not there over the weekend, and my hobby shop is closed every Monday, which means Tuesday will be the first day I can get with him to get the tracking and find out the certain delivery date. Trevor Ariza for the Rockets. But I expect if Panini doesn't get it to him by Wednesday, I would think they would have it to him by Thursday anyway. Yeah, there's it's reconfigured too, Stang Lover. Prestige is reconfigured a little bit, and it did look like it had, trying to think. You know what? If you pull up, because I can't do it right now, obviously, but if you go to the Panini blog, which is called the Knights Lance, night like Knights of the Round Table, not night like nighttime. But it's called the Knights Lance. And if you can go to their blog, you will see an entry for, it was either Thursday night or Friday morning, about Prestige Basketball. And in it, it tells you what the hits are going to be. And I remember reading it, thinking it had been slightly reconfigured, and that it sounded like it might be better than it had been the last couple of years. But I can't remember the specifics. Other than it had a micro etch in it. For some reason, I can remember that part. But yeah, so that's the deal. So we're going to have Prestige. I'm going to list it for Friday night and hope that it shows up by Friday night. I'll put a little disclaimer in there just in case it is delayed in shipping, but I really can't imagine they wouldn't have it to him by Friday, frankly. Julius Randle for the Lakers. Yes, Stang Lover, they also publish the redemption lists on their blog, the Knights Lance. They put those out every Friday. That is a list of the cards that things they've mailed out for redemptions for the 5 days prior. Kenneth Faried for the Nuggets. There's your extra nugget, Nick. You see, you wanted another one. We found you one. John Wall for the Wizards. And yeah, if you guys don't ever look at the Panini blog, it's actually pretty cool. They have some good stuff on there. They usually preview stuff several days before it comes out. Juwan Evans for the Clippers. And you can get a good look at a bunch of images of the stuff that's going to be, in the product and everything. It's pretty nice. Draymond Green for the Warriors. Oh boy, I don't remember how to pronounce his first name. I believe his last name is pronounced Key for the Rockets, and I forget how you're supposed to say his first name. But I think Key is the correct way to say the last name, if I'm remembering that right. You kept checking the redemption list. Yeah, I check that stupid redemption list all the time too, but my cards have never come. They're just still just sitting there in purgatory. My Ezekiel Elliott rookie cards that have been there for 15 months now. Josh Jackson for the Suns. He's been playing a lot better lately. Wesley Matthews for the Mavericks. Oh, and you know what else? If you guys have been breaking any of the basketball jerseys with me, Ricky Rubio for the Jazz, which we've had some really nice pulls out of, including that super sweet Kobe Bryant. So I have one left. It's already up and listed. I went back to order a couple more because I had just been ordering them in like 2 or 3 at a time. There's Bam Adebayo for the Heat. And they're sold out. There aren't anymore. I was bummed, man. So we've got just the one left unless it comes back in stock. Thaddeus Young for the Pacers. I think I have it maybe Wednesday night. There's a bunch of basketball breaking Wednesday night. Gallinari for the Clippers. I've still got some other basketball I've got to do something with too. As in, I need to group it together and we'll do some mixers and things. It's a variety of years. And I just have not had time to do it. Somehow every minute of every hour of my day seems to be filled up with something. And every time I expect that I'm going to have free time or extra time to get something done, somehow I don't. So I don't know, but I'm hoping in the next, well, we'll say the next 2 weeks to be safe. But I'm hoping sometime in the next 2 weeks that I can start getting all that stuff grouped together to do some nice NBA mixers. So, I mean, there's stuff from 12, 13, 13, 14. I think there's actually stuff from 12, 13 all the way up through present. Variety of different years, and a few things that'll probably be one box breaks too, and some 2012 contenders. I found some more 2012 13 contenders. We've broken that maybe once or twice, but a couple more boxes of that too. Thaddeus Young for the Pacers. And of course you remember the fun part about 12 13 is, yeah, we get all the 11 12 rookies in there as rookie cards, along with our 12-13 rookies, double rookie class. John Wall for the Wizards. That is compliments of the lockout they had in 2011. Jimmy Butler for the T-Wolves. So that brings in, it brings in Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard and Kyrie Irving. And I'm trying to think who else was in that 11-12 class. Klay Thompson. Frank Jackson for NOLA, as well as, you know, Anthony Davis and all of our regular 2012-13 rookies. So, you know how I love opening my 12-13 products. Dion Waiters for the Heat. Makes me super happy. I feel like I get more value for my money, right? I mean, you kind of do. It's a double rookie class, so. Julius Randle for the Lakers. Terrence Ferguson for the Thunder. We're seeing, it seems like, more duplicates tonight in our inserts than we have in the past breaks. Kenneth Faried for the Nuggets. We definitely didn't have as many parallel duplicates in the other two cases, I don't think. Dylan Brooks for the Grizzlies. Ojale. Did I get that right? Did I finally remember how to say his name? Harrison Barnes for the Mavericks. Now you're going for number 6. All right, all right. You're getting up there now, man. We're so far though. Every time you've requested one, the breaking gods have delivered it. Justin Jackson for the Kings. So let's see if they'll deliver you one more, Nick. They might. You never know. Robin Lopez for the Bulls. Oh, why can't I get in there? Gracious. So, Nick, in the break that you were in where the guy kept walking off and staying away for 15 minutes at a time, which is just so strange. Did you get good hits at least, right? I mean, was it like worth it to wait all the time? I hope you got something good. Oh, were you in Select last night? I can't remember if you were or not. But I got Select shipped out today. I couldn't believe it, really, frankly. But I had originally planned on it going Monday. And then, of course, Gabe told me in chat last night, Monday's a holiday. I always forget stupid President's Day. And so I really didn't want to have it wait until Tuesday because it was new. And I kind of thought everybody would be excited to get it. So I stayed up really late last night. And then I got up again really early today. And I got all of Select out before the post office closed. I was so excited. So it's all on the way. Oh, so you did get some good stuff. All right. You got Khalil Mack and Warren Sapp. All right. Cool. Warren Sapp is always a nice one to pull. I haven't pulled much Warren Sapp lately, as a matter of fact. Dennis Smith Jr. for the Mavericks. There's a little money for the Mavs. Wayne Selden Jr. Grizzlies. Tyson Chandler for the Suns. Harry Giles for the Kings. Marc Gasol, Grizzlies. We pulled his autographed jersey out of Gold Rush. Wasn't last night, but the last couple of nights anyway. It was a Marc Gasol jersey, autographed. Ilyasova for the Hawks. But I still really can't get over that we pulled that Kobe Bryant. I mean, that's probably my favorite jersey that we've pulled out of all the jerseys. I mean, out of football and baseball and basketball, that Kobe's probably my favorite one we've pulled so far. DeMarcus Cousins, NOLA. I'd say it's definitely worth the most money of anything we've pulled up to this point. Dwayne Wade for the Cavs. I mean, Panini sells autographed Kobe jerseys on their website for $1,000. DeMar DeRozan for the Raptors. I'm sure they don't sell for $1,000 out in the wild, if you will, out in the real world. But that's how Panini prices them, $1,000. Dirk Nowitzki for the Mavericks. I would say it'd be several hundred regardless. John Collins for the Hawks. Oh, Steph Curry. There's a Tony Bradley rookie was behind that. Steph Curry for the Warriors. Staying Lover, I know I've got a package of cards for you sitting over there because you've got some stuff out of some of the free shipping breaks. I saw it earlier today when I was pulling out all the Saturday stuff that went out. So whatever you've got over there will hitch a ride and travel along with whatever you have tonight, and you'll get one big package of stuff. Tomorrow, pretty sure it's tomorrow, I'm going to open a multi-sport jersey. And I really don't know why I bought those. I don't really kind of remember. I'm sure I had some sort of strange reason, but but I did buy some. So I have a handful of them, probably 4 or 5 Leaf multi-sport jerseys, and then a couple of Inked Threads multi-sport jerseys. And I list them all in football because I'm just doing them by last name. So it'll be, you know, last name starts with A, last name starts with B, etc. So LeBron James would be J. And I wasn't really sure what category to list them in because it could be anything. I mean, it could be NASCAR, it could be soccer, basketball, baseball, football. But I just figured, well, football is as good a category as any, so I listed them all in that category, but I'm going to be interested to see what comes out of there and kind of how that works. And I really don't know why I bought them because they're kind of weird to break in that sense. Harrison Barnes for the Mavericks. So maybe it was something I saw on the checklist. I don't know. Something must have caught my eye. And then I let them sit there for a couple months because I didn't know how to list them, how I wanted to list them. Another Lonzo Ball. Lakers, you got a pair, which is nice because he does not come out of every case. I can tell you that. Not in the parallel, I mean. Another Robin Lopez for the Bulls. But I think as much as anything else, I'm going to be interested to see what kind of jersey we get. Like, is it going to be baseball? Is it going to be soccer? What's it going to be? So I'm kind of looking forward to it. The Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo for the Milwaukee Bucks. Jordan Bell for the Warriors. Tony Parker, Spurs. Rudy Gobert for the Jazz. I guess you all saw the little Laura Ingram dust up with LeBron James. I just saw his card go by and reminded me. Was LeBron and Kevin Durant, right, that are into it. Markelle Fultz for the 76ers. That's the second one for him. With this chick Laura Ingram, who I guess has a show on Fox or something. Did anybody see all that? Where, you know, LeBron and Kevin Durant came out with some kind of video presentation, and I guess I didn't see the video that they made, but I guess they were being critical of Trump. That's Derrick Rose for the Cavs. And so Laura Ingram, I guess, somehow took exception to it and went off on this big rant on her television show about how they basically, you know, shouldn't be listening to them. They shouldn't be talking politics, blah, blah, blah. Rodney Hood for the Jazz. And she kind of wraps it up by saying they need to just shut up and dribble. I was like, ooh. I mean, it was harsh. It was harsh. Damian Dotson for the Knicks. So then, of course, you know, those two come back with something to say about that. And now Laura Ingram is telling them, you know, hey, come on my show. You can come on my show anytime, blah, blah, blah. But, man, I mean, she was pretty nasty in that little commentary. Willie Cauley-Stein for the Kings is our last one. So to recap this, there's a bunch to recap. what we're going to do is just kind of flip through them here because they're not numbered. You guys all know that. So we're just going to kind of take another pass through. We'll take a couple minutes because there's, again, a lot. But that way, if someone wants to see them again, or if you're watching on tape delay and you just scroll to the end to see the hits, well, here they are. And then when I finish this, I'll briefly put up the spreadsheet again for the white sparkle break and for the days ahead stuff and all that. And if you're on there for the white sparkle break, I will be sending you that PayPal money request. It will go out probably tonight, definitely by tomorrow morning, if not tonight. And it's going to go, this is the important part, it's going to go to whatever email address you have on file with eBay. Because sometimes, I guess people have different ones. So I'll send it to the one that's on eBay because that's the only one I have or can see. And then they'll message me and say, hey, I never got my invoice. And wait, what? Because I know I sent it. And yeah, that'll be the thing. They'll be looking at a different email address. So that's how that's going to work. Most likely, we'll break that tomorrow night after we do Prism Basketball or before, depending. But more than likely, it will break tomorrow night. I think we were pretty close to having all the spots sold tonight. There were a handful left, not very many. And more than likely, we can get those sold out tomorrow somewhere along the way in that break and then just break it tomorrow night. That's kind of the game plan at the moment anyway, unless something changes. So guys, as always, thank you. I appreciate you bidding with me, breaking with me, chatting with me, all that kind of stuff. Once again, here is what we're working on. It is the one pack of 2017-18 Prism White Sparkle Basketball. It is break number 3, the third time we have done it. And right now we have, it's random teams, $6 per team. Right now we've got, 8 spots open. So assuming that those 8 spots sell either by people sending me messages on eBay who are watching this later and or people picking them up tomorrow night in chat during the break, hopefully this will break tomorrow night. So that's kind of the plan that we're working on right now. And yeah, that's the deal. And I just did that. That's why I have a black screen. That's me. Hit the wrong button. Yeah. Sorry. And here again is our list of what's coming up. Tomorrow is a lot of memorabilia and odds and ends stuff tomorrow. And then the Prism. Prism is the important part about tomorrow night. Those blasters will have 60 prisms on average we'll find in that case. And then we'll find 20 memorabilia or autograph cards. In the first case, they were all memorabilia cards. Don't know how to predict what will come out of this case, but first case, it was 20 memorabilia. There weren't any autos in there. And so that's it for tonight, guys. That we have cycled back through everything and we are wrapped up. So thank you once again. Enjoy the rest of your night and I will see you the next time.